Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavin.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 Episode 6 called Divine Tree 3. Dimple is
Dimple is what?
evil,
Off the hook?
unhinged.
Lost himself. Mob needs to put an end to this.
Well, last episode they were having a confrontation. At the very end, Mob reached 100.
Yeah.
And I'm just so curious to see what 100% this is.
I want a Dimple redemption story. Like, I want Dimple to go back to being Dimple because I enjoyed him as a character.
No, but this is Dimple.
I
We
understand that.
thought he was starting his redemption story in Season 2.
I
1
mean,
to 2.
he is innately like this. I get that. He just needs to be smacked down, and it'll be another few years before he goes God mode again. And we can enjoy a little Dimple humor.
It's disappointing stuff.
It is what it is. It's his nature.
But you could tell that he still cares about Mob.
Yep.
Because when he thought he overdid it and hurt Mob, he was a little worried.
You do care.
And Mob knew he was holding back. It's always interesting when you have, I think they're the two most important things to him. Like, he has a fundamental desire to want to be God, quote unquote, but his second fundamental desire is he's enjoyed becoming friends with Mob. Like, those two things that are most important to him are currently battling for control of how he's going to be.
They cannot coexist.
No.
And it'll be very interesting to see what measures Mob decides to take if he can't get Dimple to join the good side.
True. Banished.
Let's find out. This is really interesting. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 Episode 6 is coming right now.
いいな、その服似合ってるよ。みんなも見たら驚くだろうな。影山くんのおしゃれさに。
兄さん、その服で出かけるの？
Do we think this was malicious? Or Teru just has terrible fashion
No,
sense?
the consensus was that Teru just has bad fashion sense.
なんで脱いだ？着とけよ。学ランは防御力高いし。モテ期来たかも。
兄さんにもついにモテ期が。
それは勘違いなんかじゃないさ。
勘違いだぞ。怪我する前に自覚しとけよ。
おま、それどういうことだ。なんだそのデザイン。なぜ制服の下にそれを。ちょっと心配になるくらいダセえぞ。見てるだけで不安になる。なんか悩み事でもあるの
He's
か。
gonna lose his
考えて
confidence.
ねえのか。もしかしてバーゲンセールで激安になってたのか。それともそれが
He was so
本気で
confident
かっこいい
earlier
と
in
思って
the
きてんの
season.
か。大丈夫かお前。センス最低。エネルギーが膨れ上がって攻撃される。
あの光は
サイコヘルメット様のお力か？真珠の中で何が起きているのだろう。
綺麗。
焦った。ついに爆発したと思ったが。どうした急に。そんなにショックだったのか。そのダサい服がお気に入りだったりしたのか。今度こそ攻撃が来る。神バリア。あれやけに軽く吹っ飛んだな。
Does he feel alone? Does he feel like everybody is making fun of him?
I think so.
茂雄から力を感じない。すっからかんの無防備じゃねえか。真珠がエネルギー。いや違う。さっきの瞬間、風船に穴が開いたように茂雄からエネルギーが放出していた。
Now he's gonna have to make a choice.
お前、残りの力を無駄に使い果たしたのか。わざと。何のために。
Make you make a choice.
Oh,
神様に呆れた。もう説得する気も失せたってか。 こんな中途半端で終わりかよ。こっちは神役簿にまで変身したっつうのに。おいおい、寝てんのかシゲオ。何のつもりだ。俺様を認めないんじゃなかったのか。神の力を持った俺様を相手に超能力なしにどう対抗する気だ。目の前にいるのはかつてない強敵だぞ。それじゃ指でちょいとついただけで終わっちまうぞ。
そうだね。でもそんなことしないだろう。分かったんだ。エクボと話すと
The finger though.
力なんてあっても邪魔なだけだ。これでやっと話ができる。ほら、やっぱりエクボは信頼できる。
信頼？信頼？なんで？
この服の正直な感想を言ってくれたから。エクボはエクボだった。
いやいやいや、全然意味わかんねえよ。俺様のやり方が気に食わねえんだろ。このままほっといていいのかよ。危険な悪霊だ。
エクボは危険じゃないよ。もう分かってる。
は？
エクボは調子に乗ってただけなんだ。誰にでもそんな時はあるのかも。レーゲン首相も言った。
Trust.
I love
Trust.
that. And that's why he didn't need his power.
I thought he was feeling dejected because he was like so confident and feeling so good about himself, and then it just went through like maybe Teru was lying to me, Reagan's making fun of me, now Dimple's making fun of me, and he just like felt literally deflated,
Yeah.
which is a word Dimple used. That's what I thought it was. He was just feeling really down and like he couldn't trust anybody.
What was going through my head was, if you're not cool, can you ever be cool? Like, can you? That's what I was thinking about. Everybody goes through phases where you feel good about yourself, but sometimes it just doesn't have that I related to.
Oh my gosh.
But that's,
I think Adam's the coolest.
everybody has one.
I was not cool either.
Yeah, well, that's just what reminded me of that. You go through periods where you feel good, and there's always something that brings you back down to earth.
Stomps on ya.
I just don't understand how Terry thought that shirt was a good one, but
Okay, yeah, the
each their own.
consensus after Teru bought the shirt, because we were questioning it in the moment, is that he is sincere, and they're like, remember that he wore a 3-foot tall wig.
That's true.
I like that Mom called his Dimple's bluff.
Because now Dimple has to make a choice. I like this.
ちげえぞ。きちんと努力に裏打ちされた自信を身につけた俺様と、そこらにいるただの調子こいてるやつを一緒にするんじゃねえ。
僕も調子乗ってた。だからわかる。
いや、お前は別に普段が控えめすぎるっていうか。
いや、随分と調子こいてた。ごめん。
何がごめんだよ。適当に説得して懐柔しようってんじゃねえだろうな。
あの時調子乗っててエクボの話を聞いてなかった。悪巧みやめたら。あの時にちゃんと話し合えばよかった。自分がモテてるかどうかばっかり気になって、もっと大切なものを見落としちゃってたんだな。ごめん。
Oh my gosh, Mob.
ずっとやりたかったこと、求めてやまなかったものをついに手に入れられそうだっていう時にエクボは僕を誘ってくれたんだよね。こうやって一人でも実現できるのにわざわざ僕を誘ってくれたんだ。それこそが一番大事なことだったんだ。悪巧みなんかじゃなくて、やりたかったことをやりたかっただけ。僕と一緒に。
That's one way to spin it.
先に信頼してくれたのはエクボだったんだ。ありがとう。
おいおい、やめろよ。
Okay, do you think that that's actually what happened? Or is that just like Mom's optimistic interpretation of what happened?
I mean, Mob definitely got caught up in himself.
No, I mean as far as like Dimple asking Mob to be a part of it with him.
I think it was one of those things he wanted Mob to be there, but what didn't necessarily. I'm not sure it was conscious. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like, I could do this, I could have everything I want, and Mob could be there. Like, why not have the best of both?
Do you
worlds?
actually think that's what happened? Or was he trying to get Mob to like drink the power of Kool-Aid?
I think if Mob would have said yes, the two of them would have happily done this together.
But like it's just interesting the way that Mob is kind of like reframing this to make Dimple seem like a really good guy.
I don't think it was necessarily, again, conscious. Like we said before, he's got two things that are important to him, and he was trying to make those both fit into this vision of what he wanted.
手に俺様の気持ちを捏造すんじゃねえよ。気味悪くてゾワゾワっと鳥肌が立ったぜ。
違和感があった。漠然となんか違うなと思ってたんだ。こんだけ大勢の信者が集まってこれといった天敵もいねえ。自分が中心の世界が手に入る。ほとんど計画通りの神になったようなものなのにいまいち面白くねえ。こいつには共感できねえことばかりだった。なんで日常で超能力を使わねえんだとか、俺様のうまい話に耳を貸さねえとことか、煮え切らねえ感じとか、イライラもしたが、唯一好きな女を振り向かせたいって欲求からは、俺様の中に潜む思いと同じものを感じ取れた。認められたい自分の存在を。かっこ笑いの件の後、こいつは霊である俺を認識した。怖がらず、煙たがらず、結局こいつは
At the end, everybody wants to be accepted.
その時は利用できると思ったが、それとは別に心の中で張り詰めていた何かが緩んでいくのを感じた。欲の少ない修行と一緒にいたせいで、俺様まで目的を見失いかけてた。やべえじゃんそれ。存在する理由がなくなっちまう。
いや、まだまだこれからだ。俺様にはやりたいことがいっぱいある。野望が。
ちゃんと聞くよ。エクボのやりたいこと、友達として。
やっぱいいわ。神とか信者とか。今まで気づかなかった。
Is that how quick the transition
俺
was?
様は友達が欲しかったんだ。シゲオ、お前はすげえやつだよ。やめた。
That's it?
市民の精神干渉もやめる。俺様が作り出した偽サイコヘルメット
All of
の
this.
記憶も消し去る。それでみんな元通りだ。崇拝エネルギーの供給源が消えれば神の力も失われる。俺様も元に戻る。
本当にそれでいいの？神になるのが夢だったのに。
Mom, just come on.
なんとなくダメ理論で突っかかってきたからやめるってんだよ。
そっか、そうだった。
帰るか。おいどうしたシゲオ。
力を外に出しすぎたみたいだ。
そりゃお前の自業自得だろう。たくなんでそんなに容量悪いんだか。しょうがねえな。あれ
Just gonna give him his power. Oh. Piggyback.
シゲオが肉体改造部に入った頃は毎日こんな感じだったよな。
エクボっていつまでそのままなの？
神の力が自然になくなるまで1週間ぐらいかかるだろうよ。
やっぱりエクボがうちに帰るの1週間後にしてくんないかな。
お前ってやつはたまに容赦ねえよな。
あ、そういえばブロッコリーをなんとかしなきゃいけないんだった。
そういやどう処理するつもりだったっけか。
念動力で持ち上げて海に落とす。
あ？そんなことできるわけがないとも言い切れないのがシゲオの怖いところだったな。
こんな立派なブロッコリー観光スポットにもなれそうだったのにちょっとかわいそうだけどしょうがないんだよね。
人々は神秘的なものや圧倒的なものに
True.
魅了されるからな。このブロッコリーならみんなの記憶に深く残り続けるだろう。
I love that it doesn't come down to power, it comes down to him being him and being a good friend. Truly, at the end of the day, everybody just wants to be accepted, noticed, and have a community.
I'm just shocked at how fast Dimple just flipped the switch. They were literally about to fight to the death. He almost killed Mob, and the Mob was like, I'm gonna be a friend. And he was like, okay, I'm done.
It's amazing what de-escalating a situation can do, though. Like, he forced him into making a decision. I'm not playing this game with you. You decide.
He's like, kill me if you want, but
Yeah.
you're my buddy.
Because I'm with you to the end of the line.
And again, I love the message of that. You know what? You get carried away. It's okay, but you need people around you to bring you back, even when it's hard. And I think that's the cool part about this. The other thing I liked was that sometimes you think you want something, but once you get it, you don't actually want it. A lot of times it's about the effort you put in to get somewhere, but then you realize you've been headed in the wrong direction. So I like that part too.
But then think of how many people like continue pretending that they want the thing they thought they want just because they put so much work into it and they said they wanted it so bad, so then they keep up this pretense.
That's how you get miserable, I think.
Man,
It's okay to shift gears.
so complex.
すごく眠くなってきた。家に着いたら起こしてくれる。
召使いじゃねえぞこら。俺様を何だと思って。
よだれ垂らすんじゃねえぞ。帰るとは言ったが、本来俺様に帰る場所なんてねえんだよな。目的も失ったし、どうすっかな。
Stay with Reagan. Oh, it's taken on a life of its own. Oh, that's fascinating. You created something so big and that so many people believed in that when you step out of that place, it still
still
exists.
exists.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Combined battle?
Well, does Mob have any strength?
Or is this going to be his final, like, test of character? He's going to tempt him to
Temple?
come back. Yeah.
Oh, the like shadow
Yeah.
helmet guy's gonna.
Yeah, and Mob is passed out now. So now he's gonna have to make the decision on his own.
Does he destroy the thing that he built or go back to nothing? Which
Well-
he just said he has nowhere to go back to.
Yeah.
But when he said let's go home, I was like, oh my gosh, he thinks like Mom's home is his home.
Yeah.
But,
Remember though that Mob created the broccoli, so it never was really Dimples.
well, the broccoli was like legit. Like he had broccoli seeds in his coat.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't like
true.
anything crazy.
サイコヘルメット。俺様はもう真珠をコントロールしてねえってのに。
It's self-sustaining now.
お前は。待てよ。嫌な予感がする。信者や俺様の思いを吸収し、真珠は自我を持ち始めていた。もしすでにサイコヘルメットという自我が発生していて、虎視眈々と制御を失った莫大なエネルギーの指揮権を奪おうとしていたなら、それ置いてけ。栄養。
しけろ、すぐ起きろ。やべえことになっちまった。マジかよ。起きろ、しげお。今休んでる場合じゃねえんだ。
ダメだ、起きねえ。
It's still clumsy. Gotta get out of the tree.
ここで待ってろ。
Destroy his own creation.
俺様の力が吸い取られていく。
That's what he did to everybody else.
Coming beam!
But he's leaving Mob. Dimple really did suck up a lot of juice.
He went through the whole city.
He's not gonna have much left. They're all operating in unison. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, he's created just a monster.
It's like an iron shield.
Holy, what do you make of there being just endless replicas and clones now?
I mean, it kind of seems like it's become a hive mind. So it's all just feeding off that central belief energy power. And it's got one goal, is to keep Mob.
Because the one thing, the original Psycho Helmet, I'll call him a shrub, was inhabited by Dimple.
Yes.
But now that Dimple is not inside that shrub anymore, it has just duplicated into like almost an infinite number of
Well, they're all just
copies.
pieces of the broccoli. So he's chewing away slowly. And you could see, like, they kind of vibrated, it looked like, to create a shield as he was coming back to it with all of the little ones. It just seems very animalistic and hive-like.
Dimple created a real monster here.
He did, but he also left Mob inside. I'm sure he's going to be able to get back in.
Oh, dang.
I also don't understand why they didn't just go get him. Like, he's no longer, unless they perceive him as a threat, so everybody's focused on the
Nor
threat.
they want him because they know that he is like so powerful and he could be like the ultimate leader.
But they're draining his power too.
Mobs.
Both.
Did the broccoli drain Mob's power or did he drain
I think
his
he let
own
it go.
fighting?
But I think they know he has a lot of power.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's connected to the tree, to the broccoli.
You would think the little soldiers would recognize, hey, we're built out of his image.
I'm curious where they leave us here.
お、目が覚めたか。 もう動けんのか？
まだ全然動けないよ。目もよく見えない。
そうか。
すごい音がした気がするけど、何かあったの？
いや、何にもねえぞ。夢じゃねえか？
まだ家に着いてないの？
おう、ちょっと休憩してんだよ。俺様も疲れちまってよ。
そう。
シゲよ、俺様こんなでけえ力を使ったのは初めてだ。お
And
前
he
はず
did
っ
it
とこんなレ
protecting
ベル
Law.
の超能力を保有したまま生活してたんだよな。今になってやっとその凄さが想像できるとこまで来たぜ。女にモテたぐらいで調子に乗るなんて可愛いもんだ。こんな強い力を持ってたら調子に乗って当たり前。力に振り回されて当たり前なんだよ。
Power's a slippery slope.
お前は男だ。ビッグになるぜ。今の修行になら俺様の洗脳が通じる。よく聞け。最初で最後の俺様からの命令。
Please be something
まずは
sweet.
起きろ。立て、修行。
足に力が入らない。腕も動かない。
体がガタガタだろうがなんだろうが立て。立てなくても立たなきゃいけねえんだ。そして自分の足で歩くんだ。
I have goosebumps.
エクボは？
俺様はちょっと寄るところあっから先に行ってろ。
うん。
Suicide mission for Dimple?
Yeah. Look, his godly body is all battered and. No, you guys, what?
元気でな。
帰りましょう。皆さん、帰りましょう。
兄さん、すごいニュースやってるんだけど、あれ兄さんがやってるんじゃないよね。
見てください。これが先ほど撮影された映像です。突如出現した真珠と呼ばれる巨大植物が宙に浮かび上昇していきます。一体何が起きているのでしょうか。
誰の仕業かわからないけど、何が目的でこんなこと。不思議だな。あ、不思議といえば僕、夕方ぐらいから記憶が曖昧なんだけど、もしかして兄さんも同じ？
僕も思い出せない。
Oh my gosh, you guys.
兄さんももしかすると集団催眠ってやつかもしれない。こういう怪しい話はエクボが詳しそうだよね。今度聞いてみるよ。兄さん大丈夫？
うん。でもちょっと横になりたい。思い出せない。
He's gotta remember.
思い出せないけど。
Oh my gosh.
エクボは友達だった。
I had a visceral reaction to that. My whole body, full body chills, almost broke into tears. I'm shocked I didn't.
I do not want Dimple to be gone.
Dimple sacrificed himself. That's the beauty of this whole thing. It's tragic, but Dimple made his choice and chose to save Mob over himself. Like,
I hear you, and I totally agree, and I felt the same way. Part of me thinks Mob's gratitude or belief in Dimple is going to bring him back. He's not a human, right? He's a spirit. I think that connection is going to bring him back. Is going to draw him back in some form.
well, and the fact that he did it, and like it just shows how far Dimple came. Like, we were
Yeah.
like, Dimple needs to come back to like who he was, blah blah blah. He did it and nobody remembers anything. He did it like completely, I want to say altruistically. That's not like a word that I would typically use for Dimple, but like,
He's not getting any credit.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, nobody remembers. But then at the end, when Mob was like, I miss you, Dimple, you are my friend, like, I feel like he, deep down, like,
He
his
knows.
subconscious
Yes,
knows.
I agree. I've always been a proponent of your integrity is what you do when no one's watching. Like, when no one else knows, that's kind of who you are, you know what I mean? And that to me is just, we wanted a Dimple redemption arc. That's the perfect way for it to end.
But even like when Mob, he didn't say anything. He's like, Mob, you have to get out of here, and just like was waving at him goodbye. And like he was saying bye to Mob like silently, but Mob could only see the spirit form of Dimple, even though he was really in his godly form. Like,
And the wave. And
oh, that was so beautiful. And only the one-handed wave, because his godly form, like he had lost an
yes,
arm.
totally.
Like,
That hit you.
oh, I had full body chills, and I
Yes.
was almost in tears. Like I said, I'm shocked I didn't burst out into sobs.
Like, to me, the show is over. Like, where do you go from here?
And he, like, Mob was like, I can use my telekinesis to move the thing. And he's like, no, it's going to require too much power. And he did it.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many details in that last scene that just made me want to cry.
Yeah, so well done. Honestly, I don't know if I'm just trying to hope Dimple back into existence, but I hope he comes back because he was one of my favorite characters in the show, and I get that
You loved him from the first time you saw him.
it's an appropriate ending for him as a character in terms of start to finish, and I wanted a redemption arc, but I wanted a happy redemption arc. I wanted him to still be there.
No, it's so bittersweet.
I know.
I think, like, I want Dimple to come back too, but I feel like that's the perfect way for him to kind of make his exit. In, like, he learned so much, and I think the, like, sacrificing himself the way he did, not expecting any credit, and just saving Mob and, like, the city and everything, just,
It's
like,
it's
it's
per-
the
it is
perfect
perfect. It is
way
perfect.
for him to say goodbye.
I selfishly want him to come back.
Oh,
That's
100%, 100%.
I'm curious what other people thought about this episode.
Man, I was like really upset the last couple episodes, being like, what the heck happened to Dimple? But this one, like, if this is the end of Dimple, man,
You're content.
I will worship him.
Yeah.
Just what he wanted. Okay, mission accomplished. Be a martyr. All's good. This was a big one. I really liked this one, especially like the last 5 minutes.
This arc was really cool.
Yes, it was. So please be sure to hit us up in the comments below. I know you're gonna have lots of thoughts about this episode, about Dimple, about your interpretation of like that whole last scene. So let us know. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Mob Psycho 100 coming next week. Bye.